What's up, everyone? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. This is my last day off. Oh, man, that stinks. I've had off since last Thursday. It's been so nice and so relaxing, just chilling and just kind of minding my own thing and doing what I gotta do and feeling like what I want to do. And I haven't really done much. It's been very nice. Just kind of like get myself prepped for the new year's, get into a headspace so I can be ready to create content, get back into the flow of works, to start my small business. So it's been a little bit, it's kind of like mellow for the last few weeks. It's been nice. I'm ready to get back into the swing of things though, and actually start kicking off the new year. Lots of streams, lots of YouTube videos, lots of TikToks. Get back into the whole swing of things and meld it in with my personal life of everything that's going on. So it's been fun though. I'm not looking forward to go to work tomorrow, but I mean I guess I go to work. That really means roll out of bed and just log into my computer. Um, but yeah, I guess it's time to go back. I've been off for a little over a week, I guess. Almost like 9 days, maybe 10 days. It's been nice, week and a half. Oh, it's been beautiful. So I'm looking forward to going back to the teams, see what the team has going on and whatnot. So it'll be good. It will be good to get back into the swing of things and whatnot. But at the same respect, it won't. you know. So it's like a love hate relationship with work. But I hope everyone's having an awesome night. I hope you had a great hump day and back into your swing of things. But it's a little nutty. It's gonna be nutty this year. I'm really looking to dive into everything here with with my content. I'm really excited for it. I have lots of visions and lots of plans. I just gotta make them happen. I think my biggest issue is consistency. I lose subscribers and followers all over the place because I'm just not consistent. I think it's the biggest thing. I don't know if anyone else has that issue. Like, if you're into content creation, do you struggle with consistency? If you do struggle with consistency, what is your way around that consistency, and how do you, make sure that you're finding ways to keep yourself consistent and accountable to make sure you make your streams and, well, put out content. Now, I want it. I do want it. It's like I don't want it. I just consistency sucks. I feel like I'm one of those people that start things but don't finish them, which was an issue. I know it's something I need to work on. That's one of the things I have planned to work on in 2024. And hopefully I can make progress in that because I really want it. I don't want to just work a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. I would like to have something more enjoyable, build a community, play games with people, and just hang out. Like that, I think that's so important. But hope you're all having an awesome night. So tonight we're here with we're gonna be playing some Remnant 2. As you can see, my spreadsheets that are up. I don't know if you can see. I don't know actually what's up on my screen right now. Yeah, my spreadsheets. So my spreadsheets are up on the screen, and what these are so this one's from Reddit. The creators over at Reddit. I always give them where are they? Usually over here somewhere. It was like, who created it? Additional credits. That's not on this time. Interesting. It was at the front. It's not. All right. Well, additional credits. You can see the screen here. This is everyone who has been working on it, and anyone else that has updated this document gets all the credit. I'm pulling from this document to actually implement it, to put it into a database, which is this guy right here. This is the Remnant 2 database that I've been building from that spreadsheet. I've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Really not streaming this. Yo, Stare, what's up, dude? How are you, man? Good to see you. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm chit-chatting and not paying attention to chat. I'm sorry, dude. I hope you've had a great new year. How are you, man? You took off for a few months, and that's how you got consistent. Yeah, I took off for like a year and still can't figure out how to be consistent. Sounds like a me problem. It's funny because I was consistent for like years. And then, I don't know, just all of a sudden, I think I got jaded. I think I burnt myself out from swapping the platform. Now I restream. Now I'm on Twitch, because Twitch lets you restream. Then I'm on YouTube, and I'm also on LiveSpace. Eventually, I'm going to pick one. Yeah, good holidays. Hope yours were too. Yeah, holidays were good, man. Went too fast. It went really fast. I can't believe how fast it went. It's like I actually left my tree up just a little bit longer, so I just enjoyed Christmas a little bit longer. I actually stuck in my tree today and stored it. Because I have a fake tree. 'Cause I don't like buying real trees. Mainly because they're too expensive. Like, I'm buying a tree that's gonna go bad in like 2 weeks. I gotta throw it out. That doesn't jive well with me. So I have a fake tree that I can use every year and probably last me for a few years. But I'm glad you're doing good, man. Yeah, I'm hoping this year is gonna be the year of consistency for me, because I would like to really get back into the whole swing of things and making YouTube videos and putting out TikToks and just streaming and chatting with people and playing games and building databases, turning it into a web app. So, what else have you been up to, man? How's everything going? How's life otherwise? Everything okay? You're good? Gosh. But so tonight we're here with we do have Remnant 2 loaded up. We are playing Remnant 2. So we'll probably do a little bit of both, playing some Remnant, running around, and but mainly building our database. My database needs some love. I have to update the database with the newest expansion items. I haven't updated the items since the expansion drop. I really should have, and I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. That's just procrastination, which is like masturbation, and in the end, you're only really screwing yourself. So, that's a tip for anyone who likes to procrastinate. I mean, masturbation is fun sometimes, but remember, in the end, you're only screwing yourself. So, that's just my public service announcement for today. However inappropriate it is, it's the truth. Procrastination sucks. It sucks, dude. I've fully understand that experience, and it's horrendous. I've been there. It is not fun. I hope you're okay. It's not easy, especially if you've known that person for a very long time. It is something not ever easy to do. Even if you've known that person for a year, 6 months, it's just not an easy thing to do. The confrontation sucks, and then that breakup, in any sense of a way, it's a breakup. It sucks. So I've been there, man. I hope you're okay. That stinks. I'm sorry to hear that. But otherwise, you're doing pretty good. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I cut my friend, as I was going through my divorce. I had to cut a friend out of my life just because he didn't know boundaries and overstepped them, and really breached a trust that I said, "See ya." It's like, peace. It sucked because I known him since 6th grade, but he just wasn't respecting boundaries. And then, I was like, oh, you know what? It's been a year. Let me reach out to him and try again. And whatever, reached out to him. I brought beers over and hung out with him. And he wanted nothing to do with me. All right. Sucks. See you. I get it. Sucks, man. It was bad. It was hard. So I totally understand. Not a good feeling. But you grow from it, right? Lessons learned. It makes you grow as a person from it. So everything has a lesson inside of it. As long as you're paying attention. I keep saying Remnant 2, so I started playing the first one, Game Pass. Nice, dude. Yeah, the first one was great. They really improved on this first one with the second one. The first one, though, what I like about the first one is it's a trait game, is that you can just keep learning traits and getting experience points over and over and over and over again, and just there's really no level limit to your traits. I think I'm on my first playthrough. I'm like level almost 500 and something, which is just ridiculous. So by the time you're done, you can have like all the traits unlocked. Oh, it's so worth playing. 100% worth playing. I highly recommend playing it. I like the story. A lot of people are like, "Oh, the story is stupid." I'm like, I found the story enjoyable. I thought it was fun. I thought the story was it was mid, I guess, the story, but I enjoyed it. For what it was. I accepted it for what it was, and it was a fun game. The story was great. I thought the second one really builds off on the story, and just introduces us to different worlds outside of what Remnant 1 introduced us to, and all different enemies besides the root, and it was my game of the year, 110%. Like, I was upset it didn't win game of the year. I'm congrats to Baldur's Gate 3. It's awesome, but in my heart, Remnant 2 is the game of the year. Fucking just phenomenal, absolute amazing game. So I don't know what you play on. You play on PC, right? So if you ever need help getting through something in PC for Remnant or Remnant 2, hit me up. I'll gladly help out. They're actually bringing in crossplay for Remnant 2. So if you're gonna be on whatever console, I think I was reading an article saying that people were doing that to troll people, you know, that to troll Bethesda, which I don't understand. That's not how you troll somebody like that. Why would you troll somebody giving them an award? Like, Remnant 2 should have won. I feel it should have won this, honestly. Freaking, it was such innovative RPG gameplay on top of a Souls-like game. Like, it just blew my mind. They took two classes, you meshed them together. Here's a bunch of freaking items, throw them together. Here's some weapons, throw them together. It was just so good. Yeah, dude. I don't know. It made no sense. It was so random. I don't get it. That was a weird, random. Oh, because you said LOL as well. Yeah, I know, man. That was weird. Actually, let's take a look at that really quick. Take a look at Steam. Did they release those yet? To those? Oh man, this ends tomorrow. There was nothing here that I wanted to buy. Shocking. There was nothing on my list in the store that I wanted to buy. Well, also when you go through the store and you see in your library, it's like, well, I guess there's nothing left to want. Did they release the Game of the Year awards already or no? Did they do that? Steam? Oh, it did. Oh, I mean, that's so fucked up. That pisses me off. Like, that's just like, if people really did that to troll Bethesda, that's honestly, you gave up a spot for a game that deserved it. Like, people just annoy me. Like, that's upsetting because a game that developers that worked really hard to earn this got snuffed out because people wanted to troll Starfield. Look, if you don't like Starfield, don't like Starfield. Just stop being a dick about it. Like, stop. Yeah, that was my thing. I was like, whatever. There was a lot of stuff here that just, like, things that stood out for me that just, I don't know, nothing. Like, I own this. This looked cool, but they're shutting down the servers, so who cares? Halo, whatever. Kind of lost my passion for Halo. I don't know. There was nothing that stood out that I needed to buy right away. Like, this looked cool too, but I haven't even beaten the freaking first couple ones yet. So, no reason to buy it. It actually looks massively upgraded too, though. Holy crap. Into Revere. Wow, this looks great. I should beat the other ones. This looks really good. Very positive reviews. I own majority of them. The problem is I have to get through them. If you are into JRPGs, the Legend of Heroes series is absolutely just a phenomenal series. I visit the first one over like every now and then and play through it a little bit. I'm like halfway through the game. The story is phenomenal. The combat system is great. The pixel art from the first ones are amazing. It's just an overall great game. And who developed this? This was Nihon Falcom. Absolutely just Nihon Falcom. Like, amazing game. Like, they make really, really good games. The Legend of Heroes. I bumped into a few of them. Played a few of them. They're really good. But I'm still stuck on the very first one. I haven't beaten them yet. So, but I highly, 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 highly recommend it if you are a JRPG fan. This is the first one, Trails in the Sky. I'm like halfway through with it. I think it I started on PSP first, and then got ported over to PC. It's the combat system's amazing, and then like the magic system is very cool too. So I don't know, it's a fun game. It's very cool. Highly recommend all of them though. I should do a playthrough of them, but my content is really not focusing on like video games as much. We still game, but I've been really trying to go through and like develop and make different apps. Like I've been building this database for Remnant 2. So and it's been nice for me because say I'm like, oh, you know, I need to find something. You know, let me see all the rings that have the word bleeding in it. And then I can see all the words that have I can see all the rings that have bleeding in it. I don't know how well you can see it, probably a little small, but then you can see all the rings that have bleeding in it. And because there is no search function in Remnant 2, which is one of my biggest complaints, and honestly, the UI already exists for it. Literally, here's your search function. Just make just a search bar and search on the tables that have anything amulet. Same thing with rings. This is your search bar right here. Weapons, search bar right here. Like that would be a massive quality of life for Remnant 2. It would make me so happy because you just come in here and be like, oh, I want to look for this gun. Otherwise, you're scrolling. You are doom scrolling Remnant 2. Like, wait, where's that ring? There's literally over 100 and some odd rings in this game. How many rings do we have? Especially now that where the hell is it? Here it goes. It's the Reddit sheet that the guys updated. The Reddit community updated. There are 170 rings. That's up from 40. I think that's like 40 rings from the... Alright, not 40. Like 30-ish rings. 30-some odd rings from just the base game. 145 to 170. That's a massive jump. There are so many rings. And you legit start doom scrolling through rings. Like, what am I looking for? And it becomes memorization. Like, what does that ring look like? Start playing the freaking memory game. Why is that? And you can favorite them. But then look at my favorites. Look how many favorites I have. Oh, I like that because I switch between builds so much because I get bored. I'm bored of this build. Let me try something else. I make so many different builds because the build diversity in this game is ridiculous. And there's always a meta, but you can do a lot with this game. And then there's all my different builds. This is... Which build was it? Is it this one? I think it was this one. This build's a lot of fun. This is my summoner, This is like my summoner build. It's just a bunch of pets. Oh, it does good damage. It's fun to play. Where are they, doggy? And because my pets are always taking damage because of because my pets are always taking damage due to my ring that makes me bleed. Because I bleed, they bleed. So they always get Dominator. Not Dominator. What the hell is it? They always get... What the hell is it? Oops. They always get Ruthless, which increases their attack speed by 20% and increases their damage by 50%. So, and their movement speed. So it's very nice. So that's always on too because they're constantly being damaged. So it's just a nice little perk. Yes, they do take damage, but if you put kinship on, it does reduce the damage a little bit. And you just gotta pay attention to it because as they're about to die, you want to just like kind of sacrifice them. It drops a pool of health on you. Oh, they fixed the freaking sound issue. It's not like the upfront best damage, but it is fun. I don't know. I had fun with this class, this ability. You need to build back. Mod damage, mod power so fast. You always have your thing going out. Oh, I enjoy it. It's a fun little build. There are better builds out there, but for me, this was an enjoyable build. It is tough on some bosses because the damage isn't as high as it could be, but nonetheless, it's fun. And I've come down to the point where I've done so much in this game. I usually turn this to, like, if I'm streaming, I turn to offline, because otherwise, like, people that, there's this one person I'd never have met, friended me, and he plays Remnant 2. I'm like, all right. He even messaged me, just jumped into the game, like, hey, can I buy if I join? Just jumped in, random dude. I'm like testing out different builds and whatnot. Like, I'm not doing a full playthrough, just a normal play. I'm just testing builds, and there's no way to communicate in the game. So I jumped in, and we died against the boss like twice, and he made like a rude gesture in the game. I was like, dude, you can message me, like, you know, I'm just testing builds. Like, I'm not even trying, seeing what's good, what's not, what I enjoy, what I don't enjoy. I want to tell you. I was like, I'm sorry. You shouldn't have jumped in. But yeah, so that's one of my builds I like. I really love the this is probably like a meta build right now, actually. The Ritualist and the Challenger build, which is just stupid. Why would I have that as build in? I look at that. Why would I use that? This is another good one. This is how I beat pretty much everything on Apocalypse. It is the Ritualist and the Challenger. It's just stupid. Stupid OP. Pop your... and then this, and then this. And then you get tons of speed. Now you can just freaking hold down that button. Freaking look at that. We're getting over like $2 grand. I've destroyed everything with this build. This build is a lot of fun. This build is stupid, and it respawns pretty quickly.
Maybe just need to go see Ring.
Your skills come back pretty quickly. Anyway, I digress. So, what we need to do now is here's the problem that I'm gonna have is matching things up. So I have the new updated Reddit community spreadsheet, and I have my spreadsheet. My spreadsheet, they took everything and did it by... Oh, let's see how I did this. So this is what? This is going to be all long gun up here. This is going to be all handgun. And then it's all melee. In my opinion, and what they should have done, because then you can filter on these, is they should have created a type. What is that type? So in mine, I added a type. So what I'm actually going to have to do now to make this work, to make this match correctly, is do a name match. Whatever doesn't match is my delta and can be copied over. However, the other issue I'm going to have is because I've updated the spreadsheet to include newer versions. Not newer versions, but to update more... What I'm looking for. More information. More data. Because of what I need for the SQL database.
Bleeding one.
So, I don't know if you can see everything. Let's go swap over to my streaming. Alright, there we go. Let me move my camera though. Alright. Myself over here somewhere again. Okay. So we have the Reddit spreadsheet that has just been updated with all the Awakened King DLC. And we have the base game, which is mine, which has everything. So all the stuff from the other game, from previous versions. So, however, the problem that we're going to face right now is I added more data to my spreadsheet before I needed a database. Because eventually I'm taking all this data, and would like to parse it and be able to run a Python scripts on it or algorithms to tell me, hey, based on your criteria you're looking for, whether it be you want to use X, a shotgun type long gun with these 4 rings that have some type of criteria that do, these rings that have some type of criteria. This amulet has a criteria with this mod, and there's transmutation or transmutation. There's transmuter that does whatever. Then it will take all that, and based on your difficulty you've chosen, it will grade it. Right now, it's going to be run analysis on it, build a database, and then just run basic panda scripts on, hey, I'm looking for looking for the highest damaging weapons, and not just based on damage. I don't want to do just based on damage because that's kind of half-assing what type of damage you're going to get from a gun. There's more than just max damage. You have your rounds per second to increase your damage. You're going to have your magazine size to increase your damage. You're going to have your crit chance, your weak spot bonus, and the potential chance to stagger. The only thing we don't have on here is stagger, and mainly because stagger, we're going to have to convert this. It's going to be a pain in the butt to do, and I've been pondering it as I was on my break. Accuracy is not a numeric number. Accuracy is a visualized graphic of what it could be, right? So to make that work, to make accuracy work, we're going to have to convert that. To me, this would be 95% accurate. That's what accuracy need to be. If we're almost at 100, I'm gonna knock that as 95% accurate, or maybe 90% accurate. So, but I have to see if there's anything else that's closer than that. So this is 100% accurate. That's always gonna be 100% accurate. It's just a matter of you aiming correctly. So it falls down to the player accuracy, but that arrow is always gonna hit where you aim. Then this looks like I might call this 90% because that extra 10% that we saw from the crossbow is 100%. So I'm probably gonna call this 90% accurate, and just leave it off from like halves. Not do 95. Just it's gonna be a base number of 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 10. Right? Just be easier for calculations later. I'm not sure how far off that is from everything else, but I just feel it'll make more sense when we start doing this. Like that, to me, this would be, if we look at something now, we go up to 90, so that's bringing us up to 90 again. To me, that's a 70%. That's, here we are, that looks like it's chunks of 10. So we went down, we went down 20%. So that's gonna be 70%, but this is gonna be 70% accurate. This is how I'm gonna do it. If someone else has like a better idea of doing this, let me know, but this is the best way I can think of it. So accuracy, I'm just gonna have to look at the items and say, all right, well, that's 70%. Yep, that's 20%. Oh, that's 90%. And then make a column inside our table that will then capture that. That then will be calculated into our damage later. We'll have to create a formula for that will take your accuracy, your base, your max level, your max damage, your crit chance, your weak spot bonus, and potentials, and your stagger modifier, and find some algorithm that's gonna actually show what that damage could be. I know there's modifier. I know there's a lot of formulas out there right now, but I really think it's just looking at this. But a lot of this goes into play too. Like the faster you shoot, the longer you hold, the more ammo you hold. That's really gonna play into our damage too, and how much more DPS we can actually squeak out. So that's what this can do. But for now, we're gonna have to make this work. I'm gonna have to add in a new column potentially here, and we'll call this Awakened King. Weapons. And what's going to happen is those are not going to have a type. But if we do an X lookup, and we say all of column B, and then we want all of column A, we're going to have to do this first though. We're going to get rid of all these blanks. These blanks can't exist. I understand what they were doing with the blanks, but they just can't exist here. We can't have blanks. No blanks allowed. This is screw up our all our data we're trying to do. It's just kind of messing up. So like in games like this, when you have weapons that have types, you should always make in your data, whatever data you're creating, you should always have some type of the type column, because that will let you then filter. Like this right here, we have a type column. I can then filter and say, let me see all the long guns, and they'll you guys all the long guns, and that's perfect. And then you can turn around and say, well, let me see all the mods that are not adaptive. Adaptive meaning that you can actually switch out a mod at free will. So now I can see all these, and it just makes for better data and parsing, especially when running it through like data analytics and whatnot. I can now see, oh, hey, this is some stuff I can do with this because I can filter on this. If this is just right here, I have to in the back of my mind go, what type of gun is this? Alpheon is a long gun. AS-10 Bulldog is a long gun. Long gun. We know that they're sorted by long gun, which is great, but the problem is I think if I end up sorting this, we'll sort things out of order. Oh, okay. That's good. So, but I don't know what type of gun this is besides like seeing, okay, it's a pistol, that's a pistol, it's a cannon, probably a pistol, repeater's a pistol, silverback, probably a pistol, star killer, I'm not sure. Now I'm not sure. Sure shot, that sniper, I'm not sure. So, you when you're this comes down to classification. And we want to make sure that you're classifying data somehow. So in this case, we want to classify our data with some type of tag that's going to let us know, hey, your data classification is going to be a melee or a long gun or some type of nonsense that the player or user of your data will know right off the bat and can easily filter it. Like this is, I'm not knocking in their work, just saying in terms of creating data, you should always classify your data in some type of way. Right, Kit Kat? Right? Gonna come up? Hang out? Gonna punch you in your nose? I can't, I never punch you. Okay. I'm punch you. Hello? Hello? Alright. What are you doing? Can you go Kit Kat? So, anyway. That's that. So, it looks like also looks like what the I was gonna say, it looks like what they did was where they originally had things end, like they had that blank right here. This is if we actually add this a color to this, this is where the handguns start, and this is where the melees start, and of course this is where the what is this? This is where the long guns start. So we technically already know
Bleeding won't stop.
what the weapons are from the expansion. We could really just copy and paste these in and call it a day. We know that it's a Sparkfire shotgun, a Monarch for long guns. We know it's going to be, and I know that because they changed their color from black to false. And just knowing the name of the guns, I know Anguish never existed in the original version. That's actually that's a newer weapon. Yes, it is. It's a newer weapon. Right. That's the weapon in, I think it's from Ward 13. That is from Ward 13. Yeah. Talk to what's your name? I know this. And these are the newer melee weapons because, again, they're false. So just those things I've noticed very quickly that what they have. They added. So technically, we could just grab the names. So I could probably sort based on text color. Again, having a column named owned would probably be easier to filter on certain things because then I can see false. I can filter on this column then if I do and don't have. So just again, simple little things that make it easier to read. What's up, Des? How are you, man? Sorry, I had a window blocking my chat.
Hi, Kitty. I'm loving you, Kitty. I'm loving you. What are you doing?
All right, tonight, man. How's everything going? I'm not doing bad. Let's mess around with some Remnant 2 data. Thought I had it's not working. All right, that's weird. What the hell? There it is. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I had it in here already. There we go.
Bleeding won't stop.
Right, Katie? All right, so I think what we can do here is actually take this as a filter. I think we can turn around and say filter by text color. Filter, or no, sort by. I want to do a sort. I want to sort on font color. And we can say, column A. Oh, okay. Cell color? Cell values. Nope. My data has headers. Why is it not accepting that? That's random. Column A. It should let me do font color. There we go. And put that on top. Or whatever. So our newest stuff here is going to be the Sparkfire shotgun with adaptive and chain of command, and the Monarch. So Sparkfire shotgun and Monarch. We have to go figure out what it does. Then we have the Anguish. And then we have the Steel Scythe. So what I think I'm going to need to do, and as I'm thinking about this, and as I'm copying and pasting this nonsense, which is just pitiful manual work, and who wants to do this nonsense, I think the best thing to do would be to actually find a way to code Python to do this for us. So then what actually will happen, as I'm thinking about this, is why copy and paste. Let me tell you one thing about data analytics that I hate the most. Copy and pasting. It's the most useless, time-consuming process, and I literally have no patience for it. I've been doing it for years because I just, in my brain, told myself I'll never know how to program. I'll never know how to be good enough at it, and now here I am doing it. While I still need help, I've only been doing it for like 8 months, so I still need a guide to get me through certain things, but the fundamentals are there.
Still bleeding.
So I think what I need to do is we look at this, like here's our old stuff, like our old data. What we probably want to do, and what we probably need to do, is anything that exists. Actually, that's actually not going to be even from the data here. It's going to come from excuse me. I'm not very good at web scraping yet. That's something I'm still learning how to do. You know, HTML is something I'm still learning. Again, I used to know it back in like the 8th grade, and I made websites, but I stopped doing it. So I don't freaking remember what I'm doing. I know some basics like, oh, let me make the header, let me make the freaking body, let me make the paragraph, let me make and that's about it. And you know, some listed and unlisted things, or so, and that's really about as far as I get with HTML. So what we want to do to kind of like make our lives easier, and I'll probably bring this on the screen really quick. If we bring this down here. And we go to Extra Life. And we look up Remnant 2. We probably want to web scrape this area and just look for anything that says new. Like if we actually look at the inspect the data and see what we get back. What's nice about this, we can actually click right here, and here you go. So we'd have to actually like do a web scrape inside this whole table that's right here, the item scope and the item types and the schema, and then really get down to the level and find anything that's equals new. If it's equals new, we'd want to spit it out into some type of spreadsheet. That's probably how we could probably web scrape that. We could probably use Beautiful Soup to do that, so I have to figure out food for it. Which would probably be better for newer expansions, and then make it as universal as possible. So anything that comes out, you know, that doesn't have an API. I honestly stopped building the Remnant 2 database that I was building because it doesn't have an API, and the amount of work to just constantly update the game is a lot. So say they come in here and decide that they're going to nerf Bolt Driver, and they're going to buff Meridian, and they're going to nerf Star Shot, and they're going to buff Rune Pistol, and they're going to nerf Rusty Pistol. Then they're gonna come to these guns and hit nerf, buff Nightfall again, get rid of Savior, delete the game, delete that gun completely. That means I have to go into my database and update every single item they touch, which is why I really kind of take a break from this, because the amount of work that I'm putting into it and the ROI I'm gonna get back, is it really worth doing when I could just take this database that's created by these amazing people on Reddit and run it against, you know, run some queries, but the problem is I've noticed a gap here is I can find where all these guns are, and it's a completion sheet. It's not an analytical sheet, right? So I guess I could just take their sheet, run it through Python and Pandas, tell Pandas to add new columns called mod effect type class blah 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 blah, all that stuff, add it in there, and then just run my own query on it, and then put it back on Reddit for people who want to use it instead of going through all here. I did this mainly as a learning experience for me, but I'm really debating, as I'm sitting here right now too, I'm really debating, is it really worth the time and effort to build such a massive database, and in let's say 90 days, let's say in 3 months, we're gonna have to come back to this database. We update all this data with all the newest stuff from this DLC. They make tons of nerfs, tons of updates, just tons of updates across the board. Let's say they add in like 100 new items across the board. That's updating the rings table, the amulets table, the weapons table, the armor table, possibly the archive table, all new combinations for that. Updating my junction table, because now I have possibly new guns that can use new mods that are adaptive. So I really think the ROI behind this is not worth it. As I'm sitting here streaming and thinking about this, and as I'm looking at all this code and all this crazy updates I have to do, I just don't find it. It would be very beneficial to the community, but is it really worth building? I wish I never moved. I love Mixer. I mean, it's great. I love Mixer. I met Des Mixer. Mixer is great. I made a bad decision many years back of jumping from Twitch to Mixer. I was building a very strong community on Twitch, and I just bailed on Twitch. And ever since I moved to Mixer, I just can't seem to find my rhythm again to rebuild that. I don't regret moving to Mixer. It was all a learning experience. And I think living regret is like, I'm going to change it to just chatting because we're not playing Remnant 2.
Still bleeding.
Because we're not sitting here playing Remnant 2. So let me just change this over. I say we just chatting. Just chatting, database building, and streaming decisions. And we'll put that on all the platforms we're on, because I'm on Discord. I am on, what is this? Twitch, LiveSpace, and YouTube right now. I think it's gonna happen. I end up picking one of these. I'm not gonna live stream for the next like whole year. Do that. In my last place, we'll do it up over here too. I don't think they have a... If I'm mistaken, they don't really have a place for just... I'll just leave it Remnant 2, that's fine. But we'll change the title at least. Alright. There we go. So, as I was saying, 6 years ago, I was streaming for a while, doing whatever, on Twitch, and then I decided, hey, there's gonna be more headroom on Mixer, so I moved to Mixer. I don't regret moving to Mixer. I don't think living regret's a very good thing. I think you need to just be solid in your decision, choose a decision, and deal with the consequences that come after it. Living regret is probably the worst thing you could do. So I don't live in regret. I don't regret moving to Mixer. I learned a lot from moving to Mixer, and that's why I restream now, because I have issues committing to a specific website, and mainly, and nothing against LiveSpace. I think LiveSpace has a great future. I think they have a lot of things going on for it, but I was burned by Mixer. I was really starting to put everything into Mixer, and Mixer went poof. So up and coming websites, I take a very cautious approach. And LiveSpace, SharePlay, Glimish, another one. There was another hard learned lesson for a lot of people who are on Glimish. I take a very hard, cautious, optimistic stance against them, because they are the new players in the game. They've been around for X amount of years, but they're only just gaining traction. And that traction can either break them or make them. So right now it looks like LiveSpace is being made. So that's awesome. So I still stream to LiveSpace. I don't know if I'm gonna make them my own home yet. So I'm on Twitch and YouTube. I'm glad we did too, Des. I'm glad we met. You know, I met a lot of people from Mixer that I still keep in touch with that were good people. They're great people. But that's where I kind of like stand. So I'm like, that's why I restream right now, and I just don't know where I'm gonna land on my streaming choice of platform. You know, you have Twitch, which is just in a weird spot right now. It's literally like a soft core foreign website right now. I just don't understand that website. I don't understand that place. I restream to it. All my kids' devices, like through my firewall, are blocked from visiting Twitch. They can't get to it. Like, they're not allowed on Twitch. Get the hell out of here. You don't need to be watching softcore porn on a freaking gaming website. It's ridiculous. Either pick or choose something. And if you're gonna do something like that, then that should be subscriber only content. Like, you have to subscribe to even see that content. Like, that channel should be completely like, subscribe to see the channel. End of story. Like, if you're gonna be 18 plus, then you need to subscribe to see it. Like, if you're gonna do that, then make it like an OnlyFans. No, I know where you stand, dude, and that's good for you. I'm glad you have a home. I don't have a home yet, which is why I live between three of them yet. I love YouTube. I think YouTube, live space in a lot of ways has the YouTube and it's funny that no one ever talks about YouTube like that. YouTube has that that eco space, that whole eco feel of let me post live streams, let me post evergreen content, let me post community text based content. YouTube has had that for years, but you look at the creators who aren't big on YouTube, no one uses it. People go live on YouTube, they post minimal content on YouTube, and they don't use the posting stuff on YouTube, which I find hysterical. I'm to blame it too, but I also took I was taking a break because of the holidays from everything content creation. So you look at YouTube, and it has an ecosystem. It has the ability to post content, to tweet. It has the ability to post evergreen content, and it has the ability to go live on. Granted, to go live might be kind of crummy, but it has what live space does in its own way. Live space does it, nicely where you can link your YouTube to your post, right? In live space, you can turn around and say, as you're doing a post, you can say, hey, I want to go ahead and link a specific
Stop.
YouTube link to it, and then type some nonsense in the chat and post it. And it gives you, now you have your evergreen content on live space too, as well, linking back to your YouTube. So that works nicely. But I feel like people make a big deal about live space, that they're giving us the all-in-one tool where YouTube has done it forever and no one paid attention to that. So YouTube's been doing everything live space does, but people shit on YouTube because of the UI. Okay. A UI is probably one of the easier things for developers to change, and I use that very loosely, easier. But it is. Where if YouTube really, really wanted to make a difference and make a change, make it something like this or something like Twitch to make it more user friendly, yeah, they could. But I think they also have to remember YouTube is also where I think a lot of people know is YouTube's not a streaming website. YouTube's an evergreen content first. Here comes the live space. Live space is like, well, we're gonna take care of this. We're gonna be a streaming website where you can stream live, where you can link to your evergreen content and tweet like Twitter and keep everyone up to date with what's going on. And if you have some really good subscriber-based content that you only want your subscribers to have access to, well, we'll use that like a Patreon. So I think that's a really neat area that LiveSpace is kind of capturing. And I feel like in that ecosystem, they're doing better than YouTube. So they took what YouTube is doing, innovating off of it with a better interface. I happen to like the LiveSpace interface a lot. Where YouTube's just like, here's some stuff, but doesn't really make it easy for you to access your posts like LiveSpace does. Like, you come into LiveSpace and you come to your profile, your channel, you can post right away. You come into you come into YouTube, and there's really nowhere to show you where you can actually post, where you can easily just, like, even if you just go to YouTube itself, like if I just go to youtube.com, I have no easy way of posting content. I have no easy way of making an actual like post to the website, uploading a video, whatever the case. So I have to click on this, upload video, like it's hidden. Upload video, go live, create post. Versus LiveSpace is like, you click here, and then you can look at my feed. You can write a post right from my feed. I can go to my channel, and I can see all the videos I posted. I can see all my photos I posted, and I can then write a feed right here too. So it just makes it much easier. Like, the LiveSpace culture already is just, hey, share your stuff. Let us get to know what's going on with you, and we'll show you what's going on with us, and we'll connect and chill and talk. Where YouTube is kind of like, yeah, there might be some stuff around here possibly that you want to see, but we're not going to show you how easy to get it. And it's just silly. Like, right here, there's nowhere to easily to post without you actually trying to click on create and finding what you want to create. Do I want to upload a video? Am I going to go live? Am I going to create a post? I'm making a new playlist. Am I going to a new podcast? This should be somewhere over here. As soon as you log into YouTube, you can go forward to it. And it should have a dashboard like this, where I can choose to post a text post, post a video, or click on go live and go live right from there. Like, I don't understand why they don't do that. And with live space really making a lot of noise in the streamer space, if I was YouTube, I'd make a change like that to kind of accommodate and make something like this. This keeps winning me over. Why will live space might end up becoming my home. I haven't streamed on SharePlay yet. I would like to have the chance to share on SharePlay and then stream on there for a little bit. I'll probably stream to 4 places then: SharePlay, YouTube, Twitch, and LiveSpace, and then make my opinion on SharePlay. And then between all 4 of those, probably make a decision by 6 to 8 months in where I'm actually going to choose to be home. Right now, LiveSpace is winning. Twitch doesn't feel like home. Twitch just feels like softcore porn on a gaming website, and I just have no patience for that. I stream there because I don't know why I stream there, honestly. I have nothing that's really there for me. All the people I used to hang out with on stream on Twitch are no longer on Twitch, so I'm not even sure why I'm streaming here. I think Stare is like one of good buddies I know. Stare is like one of the only people I know that still stream on Twitch. But like all the other people that I do know, like Dez, Prophet, Vandal, all these people that I used to know are no longer really on Twitch. They've either jumped ship or said, I'm not streaming anymore. So, it's like, why am I streaming here? I don't know. I have decisions to make this year. And either I'm going to go fully in on this whole content creation journey, or I'm just going to say, I had a good 7 years, just throw in a towel. But I don't think I want to do that because I really want to make a small business out of this, do some different things with it. So that's my discussions on Twitch. And yeah, I feel it's a bit late too for me too. Like, they rub me completely the wrong way. What also bothers me about Twitch too, I'm not trying to talk shit about brand. Like, you don't want to talk shit about brand because you never know where you're going to be in the future, right? But I'm giving criticism. What I don't like about Twitch, what they do is they make a decision.
Still bleeding.
And then that decision blows up in either a good way or a bad way. And like 5 minutes later, they backpedal the decision and put out a new decision. I feel like Twitch reacts before they actually review everything that's going on and just says, we're going to do this. And there's no real thought out process to, we're going to do this. It's just going to happen. And then other shit blows up. And then they make another decision. And it's like, can we like take a step back and just like take a few hours to review everything that's going on before we just make a random decision that how it's going to affect everyone on the site, including yourselves as a company? Like, the image that you give yourselves and the incompetence of decisions that come from these decision makers just aren't looking good. Because if me as a leader where I work, if I made a decision to do something and then blow up my face, and then literally 30 seconds later I make another decision to backpedal it to make a new decision, it just doesn't look good. It looks very incompetent. And I'm not trying to call anyone at Twitch incompetent, but it didn't look good as a whole for a company. So it left me a very bad taste in my mouth. The way they handled the whole situation was just extremely poor. And that's why anything that my kids have, they cannot access that website through their devices. My son likes to watch Twitch and Minecraft and Roblox creators. No, you can watch them on YouTube. Twitch is done. Not allowed to watch Twitch anymore because Twitch wasn't doing their part to protect minors. So I'm not going to allow them to watch a website that doesn't have parents and their kids in mind. And that was one thing that bothered me. So anyway, that really rubbed me the wrong way, which will probably really pull me away from Twitch because I don't like the way they handle it. It's always a knee-jerk reaction to immediate need instead of a well-thought-out solution for a process that needs to be fixed. So that's the issue I have with Twitch. And that's why I like LiveSpace too, because LiveSpace is like, oh, there's an issue that's happening. Let's take time to review it and fix what we need to do. Which YouTube kind of in between those two. They're sometimes the immediate knee-jerk reaction to immediate need. If people are yelling and screaming instead of just telling yo, calm down. We're gonna figure this out. It might take us a little bit, but we'll get it. So I get it because I work in healthcare and things are blowing up all the time. So I get you have to make that decision quickly. But in the world of healthcare, if there's a critical and things aren't working, we have about 45 minutes to an hour to respond. I don't just respond. Like we have an hour. We have a max of an hour to respond if it's a critical. We're taking that full hour to decide how we're going to handle this. You just can't respond. So not that I'm freaking on a surgery table doing back end stuff, you know. But still, applications blow up. I'm not making a decision in 20 seconds to say do this because it may not be the best decision. But anyway, I digressed a lot to talk about streaming platforms. I don't think I want to do this project for Remnant 2. I don't think I want to. I feel like the return on investment is just not there. I feel like it's not really... It's a great learning experience. But I think I have to look at my time and the value I'm getting from it, too. I don't think I want to build out this massive, huge database and then update it every single time there's a patch. And I can see this next DLC coming, and it's going to be patch after patch after patch after patch. And that means instead of playing, I'm updating, which is fine, you know, because if it's benefiting the community, it's great. But I see all these posts about there's a few Remnant builders out there like this already. They don't get used. There's a few posts on them. Oh, it's cool, and then you go look at it and you try to figure, and it's just it no longer supported. People use it. It's not updated. No one's developing on it anymore, and because it becomes a tiresome thing to update. Now, if Gunfire Games provided an API, development might be easier because I don't have to worry about updating a database constantly every time a new patch comes out or a new expansion comes out. It would be updated via the API, and I would just update my code depending on if they change the API endpoints or something or whatever. So that's where I'm kind of leading. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to build out this database. I was all excited to jump into this and do this again, but as I started copying and pasting nonsense, I'm just not feeling it, chat. I'm not feeling this project. Is that wrong of me? Nothing's wrong. I just don't want to waste my time, you know? Cat, you need a bath. You're gonna get a bath tomorrow, Cat, okay? That stinks, though. I was really excited about this project, but not really anymore. I just don't. I'm not feeling it.
Bleeding won't stop.
So you know, I'm just not. I am not feeling this project. Not wrong of you all, man. Don't overthink it, brother. I'll only mess with you. Yeah, no, I hear you, dude. I think I'm just gonna hand this project. I just don't feel like it was fun to start doing, but the amount of freaking maintenance I'm gonna need to do with this, I don't want that. And the problem is too, also, even if I wanted to run analytics on this, like, say I wanted to do analytics on this, right? I guess the easiest thing I could do, instead of running a database, is bringing in the newest data, updating with all the latest data. How many new rings are there? Right, if we go now, all the newest stuff should always be on the bottom. That's how you append the tables, but all this newest at the end or the left. So there's 140. There's 145. They added in 26 new rings, and say they turn around and update the next X pack to have 40 rings. I don't know. I don't even think I want to do analytics on Remnant 2 anymore, honestly. I'm not afraid of the work. I'm just there's other things I could put my time towards that would be beneficial for me to learn with and do. No? So sadly, I think Remnant 2 project's gonna be sunsetted. I just don't have the bandwidth to keep up with something like this. I would need an API. That's what it comes down to. So, with that realization, at 9:42 p.m. on Wednesday, January 3rd, Remnant 2 project is out the window. I'll probably make build guides for it though, like different things I'll do in the game for like builds. That I'll do. That'll be fun. But I'm not gonna build a database anymore. So moving on from that, we're gonna exit this application. Okay, I gotta move you this way, okay? Because you're on my escape button. There you go. Don't get wrapped up in that. That'll hurt you. All right. Is that right? It's all right. But yeah, man, that's like past tense because I was really excited to do that. But at the same respect, I just don't want to do that. You know, I don't want to. So I'm not going to. Right. So I'm glad I came to that realization because I could have spent like the time I have to do that. I could spend like a year just trying to. I just don't have the bandwidth to do that. So what can we do? So here's the thing. Let's look at this. Let's do let's look at like video games with APIs. What do we got? What games do we have with among I thought it said Last of Us. I'm like, why the hell does Last of Us have an API? Diablo 4 does not have an API. Did they drop an API for this? Yeah, no, it's not. Diablo 4 is smartable. Well, here's the thing. I was going to develop an API for Final Fantasy 14, but that went through the window because there is a project out there called X14 API, but this is only pulling client data. This is not pulling live data. So we can get we can well, what can we get? Yeah, and what I want to do with the website, I couldn't do here. I'd have to code it as a add-on inside of Final Fantasy 14, which is 100% like not something they're really found upon. I really think there's a whole issue again with a world first ultimate that happened in Final Fantasy 14 just a few days ago, where a top guild, I forget what server, was using. They were using what is it? Add-ons, you know, mods to play the game, to telegraph what's happening, to move out of the way, whatever, what rotations to use, when things that pop up on the screen for you. Of course, it was recorded and streamed. Yoshi P watched it and not happy about it. Didn't give him world first. Did not count it again because they were using add-ons and they have such a strict third party. Uh, they have such a strict TOS against third party add-ons. So developing for that just kind of goes against my code. Like I don't want to be a like I appreciate everyone that is coding for Final Fantasy 14 and giving the game quality of life. But in the same respect, I want to respect the developers, and not code and shit on their terms of services. Which is one of the reasons why I kind of stopped playing the game too, because I do like using add-ons, but I still play it. I just don't stream it because I do use add-ons, but I don't. But I don't want to stream that and get in trouble. I don't use add-ons that are break the game. I just kind of use things that make quality of life, but I don't want to develop for it. So, um, that leaves World of Warcraft. I think it's the only MMORPG that really has a vast very vast API. MMO game provides game database. Yeah, no. How about we just type MMOs with API? I find it hilarious they don't have World of Warcraft up here. Black Desert Online has an API. Video is cool, but not really a game for me. I enjoy it to play it here and there, but I'm boring a lot. Let's do this. I'm not sure if anyone's seen this. This is like another chat GPT pinned. What MMOs have an active and a vast API? Allow left data and from in-game and out of game. Eve, LOL, no. WoW, BF4, no thank you. Overwatch. I think I was gonna develop for Blizzard, honestly. It's such the problem with that is like if you think about like developing for World of Warcraft, the game's been around for 20 years. Literally 20 years. The game dropped in 20 years ago in November. It'll be 20 years ago of November, right? So that 20-year mark is coming up us. There's literally like 1.3-ish million people, actually probably active players, probably like close to 10 million people actually worldwide playing. Probably over like how many accounts did we say? Hundreds of millions of accounts actually created for World of Warcraft, but it's probably like 10 million playing at any given point, which is just crazy. Which means there's how many mods are there that exist right now for World of Warcraft? And if we go to curseforge.com on the website, probably gonna be well over 1,000 mods you can choose from, right? Yeah, 9,432 projects found. That's crazy. I do have some things in mind I would like to do. So, look at that. Become a creator. Continue with Discord. Where am I logged into here, though? Okay. What? Uh, Weird. So should I log out here then? This doesn't really freaking matter. I just did this. So I have something in mind for World of Warcraft actually, and I think that's just gonna route I'm gonna go. Like, I've been putzing around with some things for WoW actually. I was really gonna do, but I just don't have the bandwidth to constantly keep something up like this up to date. So let's take a look at this. Let's so what I was doing for WoW, was it this one? WoW app? Or was it this one? WoW, no, it was this one, WoW app. Oops. Come on. Gonna activate my virtual environment. And then what we can do is actually run this thing that I'm working on. So what I have going on right now is I have this little basic website that I built. Very basic website. You see right here, welcome to Full Data Alchemists. You're welcome to Full Data Alchemists, or welcome to FDA, home for all your MMORPG, ARPG tools and analytics. And these links don't work right now. These are just kind of just placeholders. Actually, kind of doesn't work. But this right here, error fetching guild data. Oh, I have really? Huh. I need to update this. I should have requested a new service token, access token. That's the one from last night. That's why. So it didn't overwrite it. I'm thinking here, do I need to put this in the pen mode? Why didn't this work? I don't want binary. I want write. What does that stand for again? So if we go here and just do Python W plus, see what it stands for. Opening models are exactly the same as the C standard library function. F open. Open for reading and writing. the file. So the file is the file. Always end up at the current end of file. All right, but I want to overwrite what's in there. That's what this is. Open for reading and writing. The file is created if it does not exist. Otherwise, it's truncated. The stream is positioned at the beginning of the file. Exactly. And what it should do is then overwrite my existing. It should emphasis on should, because all right. There we go. It's 10 o'clock already, chat. It's crazy. It's crazy. It goes so fast. Hey, you guys. One second, chat. Sorry. Ba, 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 ba. That's the point I want. All right, so I gotta figure out why this thing is not kitty. Stop. There we go. All right, cool. All right. So I think we're gonna look at this. So I have an idea in mind for a WoW add-on that I would like to build, and this is a lot of WoW. So modding is fun. A customized game makes it a new, better gaming experience overall. As creators, you put in hard work to make your creations, and your project page is the best place to showcase that for millions of users to enjoy. Your project page is the face of your creation. Make it count. If you're looking for inspiration, take a look at the popular projects in the category you're creating. More often than not, the project page is impressive, just impressive the modern add-on. In this article, you'll find guidelines, tips, and helpful suggestions not only ensure your project passes moderation, but it succeeds in reaching more users. Take me to main page submission. Which game is the project for? Open a ticket request in the game. Choose a game category. Not sure about. Why not consult with peers in Discord for advice? Name, what the name should be. Summary, description. WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. There are two text editor options you can choose from. If you are not sure which to use, we recommend WYSIWYG. License, choose a license. You can refer to the link. Attention, if you are forking project or remaking, make sure a license or the original project allows it. If it requires your license to follow suit, such as a GNU. Know if the project forces are available in addition repositories and there is a conflict between licenses or moderation refers. This is crazy. Oops, covering chat. Cat, can you stop? What are you doing? There you go. You're such a big cat. Crazy. 25-pound cat. You're a good kitty, though. Can't complain. You're a good little kitty. Right? You know, you drive me crazy sometimes. Wait, was there a different website I was on? Oh, here. So, look at all the different games we could create for Spider-Man. Spider-Man Remastered? Make mods for that, I guess. Through Curse Storage? That's cool. We're gonna do World of Warcraft, though, obviously. World of Warcraft. Wow. So what the hell did that say? So, you're not sure the game, which is what you get. Welcome to the Kurth Awards program by War, blah, blah, blah. Descriptions for reward program. The rewards program provides certain users of the sites the opportunity to receive Curse Forge reward points based on certain metrics that Curse Forge teams and its sole discretion. Which metrics Curse Forge may change from time to time and its sole discretion with or without notice to you. Nice. You must be an individual person at least 18 years old, registered in reward programs. Minor children may participate in the reward programs through the parents' credit reward program account. Points. May read points to designated sites which correspond may be. Ah. Oops, something broke. Hmm. This is pretty cool. All right. So I'm glad we're exploring this. Oh, Des, what should we name our add-on? Because this is gonna. I think this is gonna start with our guild first, right? We gotta create our guild. Let me log into WoW actually. I have a headache. I drank too much tequila tonight. I was like, yeehaw, tequila. Do me, baby. I go back to work tomorrow, chat. I don't want to go back to work tomorrow. All right. What am I doing? Sorry. We need to. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Des, I'm sorry. Um, for our add-on and stuff we want to build. I think this is gonna be for our guild first before we actually start sharing it out with other people. We got my little Foxy. I should name him Foxy Data. Like an ESO, if you spin your character too long on the character screen, they go ooh, they get dizzy. I just hit level 70 with my Death Knight the other day, dude. But yeah, I think I want to get this guild created. Oh. So we're trying to make a new guild. My old guild fell apart right. They made it through BFA. I left World of Warcraft at the very end of Legion. We beat Sagaris. I hung out for a little bit longer, and then BFA just didn't click well with me. Even just seeing me coming attractions for it and the hype for it just wasn't me. I hung out for a little bit with it, played through it a little bit. I was like, nah, I'm done. And then I went to Final Fantasy 14 for quite a while. I played the game for 8 years. Then I moved over back to WoW. After I got bored of Final Fantasy 14 and just I get back into it. Thanks, dude. So, who can we get to sign our guild charter, Des? We need 4 signatures. So you and Prophets are 2. We need 2 more people. Then I can get this guild created. I came up with the. What do you think of the name, the Magnum Opus, which really stands for the great work in Latin? Magnum Opus. Or is there a different name you want? It can be changed at any given point. So I was looking at Magnum Opus. Let's list 5 other guild names that are this type. And I love ChatGPT. Philosopher's Legacy, Arcane Alchemists. I like Magnum Opus, which can be a great name. The term Magnum Opus is Latin for great work. It typically refers to the great achievements of an artist or a writer in the context of a WoW guild. This name could signify a group dedicated to achieving greatness in the game, whether it be through high-level rating, PvP battles, or forming a strong collaborative community. This is what I really want to form out of this. You know, I think once you form something like this, a collaborative community, everything else is a byproduct. You build the community, the rating, PvP is a byproduct of that community. You know, I don't want to just attract raiders. I don't want to attract just, Mythic Plusers. I want to attract World of Warcraft gamers and just enjoy the game from exploring the outer world, doing world quests, to PvPing, to raiding, to Mythic Plusing, to doing whatever the hell it is, and not just focusing on one aspect of the game. So this is the goal of the guild: build a collaborative community. So who else can we get to sign this charter, dude? The goal is to make a collaborative community, regardless if people want a PvP, raid, Mythic Plus. As long as the community just wants to collaborate, hang out, and build something. All right, so I need to get you and Profits on at one point, so you guys can just sign, and I need 2 more people, and then we can create the guild. Let me move my cam around. So the mission statement or goal is to build a collaborative community. I want to build a PvX community, you know, where it's not just focused on we're gonna do high raids. You know, that's cool. Raiding's great, but you know, I also want to do PvP, arenas, world quests, anything else that they throw out. Delves are coming. I want to do those. I would love for WoW to bring in a. Are they bringing us an endless dungeon? Like I would. Was that what Torgath was in Shadowlands? Like I thought that was cool, but I don't think it did well. Where are we going? I need the new content for WoW. I have so much stuff I need to put up on, brother. Yeah, I don't know. I skipped all the other content. I went right to Dragonflight. Because I could sit here. What's nice about it is it's not like Final Fantasy 14 where you're forced to go through all the older content. So I just jumped onto Dragonflight and just did all the newer stuff. Getting through the actual Dragonflight expansion so I can jump into season 2 content and then jump into season 3 content. So I'm not really worried about that. I'm just doing Dragonflight stuff. I'm in no rush to get caught up. And people who are gonna join, you know, I think the first focus and foremost focus of the guild is gonna be, yo, we're casual, and we'll get there when we get there at our own pace. And if you're gonna pressure us to try to get there, then you don't belong in this guild. I haven't done anything with I haven't done Shadowlands. I won't touch BFA. I think whatever character you want to level from scratch, I'm gonna pick one and just go with it because I don't want to keep restarting, otherwise I'll never get anywhere. But whatever character you want to be, I'll just follow along and level up with that character. I think I'm just gonna stay with my. What did I make? Hey. Oh. I think we're gonna have to what I would like to do once we get the guild set up is to make roles. Raid team, Mythic Plus team, PvP team, arena teams. Or not teams, but like raid groups. Like raid group, PvP group, arena group, Mythic Plus groups. And then when we get the feel for people they want to do, we can assign them their roles. So we can then keep track of what people like to do and what they don't like to do. And then our add-on, we can then keep track of what in our add-on and our site of what people are most interested in and inform events around that. What I would like to do is come up with. I want to make like our own custom achievements and guild events that we can do inside the game. Guild challenges, guild events, whatever the case, that we can just go out and do, and then build those into the game. Like when we do that, when we do said guild event, we get said guild achievement. I think that's the way to do it. I think so. I don't know so though. Huh. I just realized that YouTube's only broadcasting me in 360p. All right, there it goes. I was like, wait a minute, why the hell is it only broadcasting me in 360p? Camera's all funky too. There we go. My cat likes knocking around. Cat. Cool. All right, close it. No, that's how I've always made my guilds. Like every guild I've always had has always been just casual focus, and we got through all the content just at our own pace. You know, that's the way every guild I have ever ran has been. The problem is people just leave the game, and without telling you they leave the game. So you're like, hey, where'd this person go? It's like, oh, they left the game. I'm like, oh, okay. And then you know you reach out to them on Discord. It's like, oh, I stopped playing that. I'm not coming back. I'm like, oh, okay, bye. That's what happened to the bullpen. Bullpen kind of fell apart like right after Legion. BFA, we came back. People came back for Shadowlands, but I don't know. I think people are just burnt out from WoW for playing it for like 20 years. A lot of people were, so I can understand why they weren't really playing it anymore. Now playing a game from 2004 to 2024, it's a long time. So they just, I think a lot of my guildies just, my old guildies moved on. Yeah, that's the plan, dude. That is the overall plan. So hopefully we can make that work. We just have to get people. We just have to get 4 people to sign the charter, and then we can get the guild going. Oh, hi, Kitty. What are you doing? You're gonna knock over that camera. Look at you. You keep knocking into my camera. You're a crazy little kitty. Crazy little kitty. My cat's like this big. Literally. Like this big. Okay? Like that big by like that wide. She's a freaking long, fat cat. I can't even call you little. Because you're big. What big brother means? Big. And you're little. Am I being attacked? Oh, I am being attacked. Oh. Sweet, I got some time energy. Oh, man. My brain is like, I've been up for the last few days. I hope. Oh, man, I hope you get some good rest, dude. Get some good rest. I'll talk to you later. I'm actually gonna probably head out of here too. I'm tired. I have work in the morning, so till then, I'll talk to you tomorrow. It's mush at the moment. Yeah, my brain's tired too. I'm shot. I have work in the morning, so I'm probably gonna log off, and then I'll be back on tomorrow. And maybe tomorrow at some point during the day, Des, get some people online so they can sign that guild charter and get our guild going. I have a few people in mind I want to recruit, see if they're available. But I hope you have a good rest, dude. Feel better, and I will talk to you mañana. Thank you for hanging out, dude. I appreciate it. And as for me, chat. No, you're good, man. You're good, dude. No worries. Oh, we'll hook up tomorrow. That's cool. Hang out tomorrow. We'll play some WoW and get the guild charter going. That's cool. No worries, dude. No worries at all. You too, man. Have a good night. Chat, I'm going to head on out of here, too. I appreciate everyone hanging out and chilling. But it is time for me to get some sleep because it's going to be a long first day back tomorrow. So I'm going to head out of here. I appreciate you all hanging out. And I'll check you out tomorrow night. I'll be live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you then. Peace out, everyone.